Hello, everyone. How are you doing? It's your girl T.U.O. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all don't get no nookie. Okay. Y'all don't get no looky. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I just wanted to check in with you guys this beautiful Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. The sun is beaming in my eye, but it's giving me light. Okay. But anyways, let me tell y'all something. I've been gaining so much weight. I got this thing my doctor told me to get a Rhino, RHENO scale, where it tells you your BMI and how much fat versus muscle and all this stuff. I got that, and I noticed that I was a bit overweight. Um, and I have not been working out like I had used to, anyways. But my baby decided we needed to go to the gym yesterday, and I was like, what are you implying? What are you trying to say? I don't need to go to the gym. You need to go to the gym. But I decided to go, and we were talking, and I really was bored. I really I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't ready to go back. But then I found out that my locker that I had at the gym got broken into. Now they don't like to use the word broken into, but I'm gonna use the word broken into. Um, Planet Fitness got this policy where you can't leave your stuff overnight, and that if it is left overnight, they'll break into your locker. I'm like, don't we have the right to privacy? Like, does the Constitution? So you saying that a person can forfeit their rights by being a member at your gym? I had to really evaluate that. Like, do I want to be a member at this gym if you're going to forfeit my rights as a citizen? Barely, you know? But I said, that'll be the last time that sorry, I'm doing some in-house stuff. That I leave my stuff there. Thankfully, I didn't really have anything worth stealing. I just had a sweater there that I wanted to leave in case I, you know, came at night and like I did and left that night and had something to put on my shoulders. But anyways, that's not why I brought you guys here. I brought you guys here for a happy Friday. And so I wanted to look at some of my videos that I saved on Instagram and go over them with you guys. All right, let's check it out. I was supposed to start earlier, but I had a emergency call. And I'm really not going to be here that long because my baby coming and yeah, I am. I don't know. I might be leaving. We'll see.
Me, I would tell me to wait. I would tell me to wait to have kids until I know that I either am financially stable or I'm having a team behind me that can help me because everybody needs a community. And when you are alone doing this,
So it says moms are crashing out, warning child-free women. Men do better. So I'm gonna stop it right there because I don't want no what do they call it whatever they, my brain's not working right now. My mind is on something else, and I'm trying to distract myself to copyright. So I agree with the statement, even though there was plenty of women in my time. Ooh, I'm not that old, but there was plenty of women who warned me like, don't have kids. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your 20s. Enjoy. And I used to think, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. I'll always be single. Not realizing now at the big age of, whatever age, 34, that I really wish I would have waited, and I really wish I would have enjoyed my life. I thought that I enjoyed my life in my teens. If you watch some of my other videos, I explain what I mean by that. But I thought I enjoyed my teens and that was enough for me, but it really wasn't because I'm envious a little bit of my baby that they travel, they explore, they socialize more than I have in my entire life. And I've had my time of, socializing and everything, but not at that extent. So I do agree that we need to start really telling the mean ugly truth. And I don't think that women that were in our grandmother's ages at the time, because I didn't have my grandmother growing up per se. She passed away when I was 16, but even then we were not that close. I only met her once on my father's side. My grandmother on my mother's side passed away when I was a baby or something. But anyways, and I'm even envious of that my baby has grandparents and I didn't, but I'm thankful. That's besides the point. They never told me the ugly truth, like, oh, they don't. They told me, mama's baby, daddy's maybe, but they didn't say like men are not held responsible. That's what the meaning means. They're not held responsible for impregnating women, and they don't. There's nothing that can force them, or whatever. Um, and also showing like explaining like, oh, when my baby one time I was changing my baby's diaper, and this is not what happened. I'm just saying as an example. One time I was changing my baby diaper and they pooped all over me. I've never had that experience, thankfully. When my baby took their tutu, I call it tutu. Um, I let them sit for a minute to make sure it's all out, even the pee, right? And I clean them up. My baby coming right now, and so I make sure that, and when he come in, I'm gonna put y'all on hold. But oh, that's not him. Um, I make sure that I clean him up real quick, and I get me about 2 or 3 peas in a diaper. And my baby never really had a diaper rash unless they were with someone else, and so whatever. Um, so I just wanted to give out that little warning. What else? I wondered, is this the video with the
Apparently, if you freeze apples and let them thaw, then you can juice them a lot easier.
Come here. I absolutely also got apples because of this.
So I watched this video and was able to. I got the juicer, and it really does work. I don't know about freezing it or whatever. I don't know how many does he have. How many apples does he have? Because I had to get a whole bunch of oranges and a whole
Apparently,
bunch
if you freeze
of apples. Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 6 of them. Yeah, it's gonna take about 6 because I even tried to do like 2 or 3. I barely got juice out of them, and I was kind of low key upset. But I got my little juicer, and I've been juicing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Let's see what this is.
Imagine putting me on child support after I offer you $800 a month.
Right? I agree. Now, look, I was in a similar situation like this. Like when I first had my baby, and I had low self esteem, and I was very how you say, like I was what's the word called? I was had low self esteem and second guess myself. Right? I really didn't. Uh, I really didn't. I really didn't expect a lot from men. Period. I still don't because if I want something, I go get it. Okay. I really don't need dudes to do anything for me. Like I spoil myself. I'm just that type of girl. Okay. If I want to go out to eat, I'm gonna go eat, as you can tell. Okay, sorry. As you can tell, I'm gonna go eat. And so and so like I really have been dating myself. Like, and it's been cool because then I don't have to. I think the only hard part for me is the sexual point, but that's not the point of this part. of the video. So I was in a similar situation when I first had my baby. My child's father was unemployed, right? Even when I was pregnant, he was trying to get a job. And he was really working hard to get a job. And he was trying to do like forklifts. He was trying to do security, which that's ultimately what he's been doing with his life for the last 12 years now, almost 13 years. Um, but during that time, I came up with an agreement like, look, um, how about, how about you pay me $30 a month with an outfit that has some shoes to go with it. That's all I was asking. I didn't ask for diapers. I didn't ask for wipes, nothing like that. I just said $30 with an outfit with some shoes each month, right? Because babies, especially, babies, they grow fast, right? And so he didn't want to do that. And I didn't just instantly, like the first month when he didn't do it, I was pleading with him because I didn't even want to go through the whole legal process of taking him to court and fighting him and causing him to go through all this stuff because his other baby mama was doing it. And let me give you a little bit of backstory too, is that he knew that I'm not for the whole deadbeat thing. And when I was dating him, he portrayed himself as a active present father. But then when I ended up getting pregnant, I found out he had another child that was basically the same age as his other child that I knew about, that he was skeptical about. And he kept asking me about both of his kids, like, oh, do they look alike? Do they look like me? Do you think this is my baby? I was like, shut up, boy. Yeah. Okay, here come my baby. I was like, yeah, that's your baby. You can't deny it because they look exactly alike, right? They have this facial feature that you can't deny. Like, as strong as my genes are, that man's genes is stronger. All his kids look like his family. But anyways, so I pleaded with him, and he was like, he didn't do anything. Oh, I was saying about the kids. And the funny thing is, when I got pregnant and when I was in labor, I was asking him if he was dating anybody. He was like, yeah. And he was like, I really want to be with this girl or whatever. I was like, let's try to be a family. And he was like, nah, I'm good or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. A couple of years later, or 3, they ended up getting pregnant, and he also abandoned that child too. I don't know how active he is with that child, but they ain't married. That's all I know. And I think he dating somebody else, and that's cool. But I'm just like, I realized at this big age, like, how can you date somebody that's not a present parent, active parent? But anyways, going back to this situation, he never did. And like I said, I didn't just instantly take him to child support court or to court for child support. I waited 3 years. The system demanded that I give out his information, and they proceeded with it when my baby was 1, but I didn't how you say, I didn't cooperate with them, so they couldn't really move forward. But 3 years later, I was like, all right, let's move forward. And I went down there and filled out the paperwork like I was supposed to, or do whatever I had to do. And they ended up giving me 10 times what I asked. So yeah, it's crazy because the amount that I was asking for was less than what they demanded. And that's the standard as well. That's the standard amount. I'm pretty sure that he was making more, and he still, like, he don't even pay that. But the funny thing for me is, the funny part for me is with the system is, I think Peach, she made a video. This lady, I don't know her Instagram name, but something Peach, Miss Peach or something. She bought some money orders for $1 for like 30 months and was like, I'm gonna pay these each month for my husband. And that's true. Like as long as you make some type of payment on the child support, it doesn't have to be the full amount. They'll give you your license back. They'll deem you as a cooperating party. Hold on a second. Well, I guess you don't feel like saying hello to me. Anywho, moving on. I love when they play crazy in my face, and then I get to get that get back. But anywho, let's move on. Let's see, what is this? What is this? Yeah, I'm not getting it. Yeah, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of people these ads trying to get me to buy stuff. That's all. That's all. Let's see what this is.
Here. See, this is why the city of Philadelphia don't get no motherfucking way. I come down here, ask this man nicely for my papers, and he want to get fucking indignant.
Now I agree, right? Like a person want to get stupid with you, and you, like I just said, I can show you stupid, right? But as I've grown, I realized that it don't get me nowhere because I need this person to help me out. So I've learned to do the white woman thing, to be very condescending and double talk, backhanded compliments and stuff like that. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh my gosh, thank you. I play dumb. I would have never known that if it was not for you. You have such a vital role in this in this company. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am so reliant upon you. Or whatever, right? And just make them, it's like groping their ego. People love compliments. They love to have their ego boosted. I was watching this is We Run This City or something like that with Punisher. I don't know the guy name. Like he's a great actor, and we definitely need to give him his flowers because he's been here since he was trying to take Detective Bennett's womanhood. Okay, but anyways, um, like I saw that he was trying to retire. He was a sergeant in the show. He became a sergeant in the show, and he was getting ready to like bail out. He was like, "Yeah, I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore." And they basically groped his egos, like grabbed a piece of paper of a police article, like, "Oh, he's the greatest police officer. We are so appreciative of him and his task force and all this stuff." And I'm like, stuff like that. That's what people need. And so you got to do the white woman thing and grope their ego. I'm also reading a book called How to Make Friends and Be Persuasive, something like that. I've been reading it for the last 5 years. I'm gonna just be real with you. I've been inconsistent with it because it tells you to read the chapter and then reread it twice, right? But as many times as you need. And I'm also like highlighting things and looking up definitions and also putting it into practice each chapter. So that's why it's kind of taking me longer. I'm a slow reader. I have terrible comprehension skills. I know who I am. Anyways, so I was kind of like bothered by her response because it gave me PTSD. Like that's how I used to act. And I'm still that person. Like I will go ignorant on you, but I've also learned that me cussing you out is not going to do anything. Now, if you disrespect me, I definitely will disrespect you. I don't know what happened before she turned on the camera, and it doesn't matter because that's her truth, right? I'm just saying, I've learned how to play the game. That's all.
You're one of those parents that drops your kid off right when the doors open and picks them up right before the.
So I had an issue with this video, right? Because he was mad that she said me outside my baby daycare because I paid until 6 p.m., not 5:58, and I'm with her with it. I'm paying for what I'm getting for what I paid for. And he goes on to say, like, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself allowing your kid to be the last one there. Sometimes they're there for 10 hours, and and they have to see all their friends leave, and you're standing outside dancing or whatever. And I'm like, this, so, and your point is, that's a life lesson in itself. And whose fault is it as well that the child has to be in daycare for 10 hours while she's at work or doing whatever she has to do? Right? Because I really think some of y'all think these benefits is for free, and it's really not. Like, for you to receive these benefits, you got to do job searches. You got to go to these agencies to sit there for 8 hours when you could have been at a job for 8 hours. And if I'm not mistaken, they just let millions of people go from good paying jobs. They've sent over good jobs to other countries. Like, I'm not that well diverse in politics, but it sounds like a bunch of bullshit. And then you want to sit up there and blame the the person who's not in control of it. You want to blame the person that you want to beat down. That's what they call it. You want to punch down instead of punching up. You should be making a video to Trump or whoever else, these billionaires, to say, let me help you with your situation. Because, to be honest, look at her. It don't look like she that happy though. Like, most of us, we're not. I don't know why y'all think like child support, these benefits is just the best thing we can do. It's really not. I'm pretty sure most of us want that big check so that we can be at our best, whatever it looks like to you. Child, me personally, I just want my own land, my own stake of land, so that I can even wake up in the morning, play with my animals, take care of my animals, and just touch the weeds in my yard. That's what my vision is in the new system, as I like to call it, as we call it in my religion, in the new system. That I just want to touch the weeds and just be at peace. That's what most people want, is just peace. Like, I'm just not in a position where I'm ever going to work for someone and be dependent on someone. I'm not going to be a slave. If y'all bring back slavery, I won't. I'll be rebellious. I'll be a Nat Turner child. Y'all gonna have to take me out the first week. Because I'm not playing those games. I don't cower down to bosses. I'm quick to say fuck you. Excuse my language. But anyways, he need to get his priorities together. Because aren't you getting paid for those 2 minutes? Because what they like to do, that's what I wanted to point out too. What they like to do is they like to, if you pick your baby up at 1 and you pay till 6, right? They still gonna put that 6 o'clock down. Because some people get government assistance. Ours in California is called Crystal Stairs. I don't know what it's called in other states, but out here it's called Crystal Stairs. Okay. And so they will put down 8 to 6, and have you sign it and get their full amount. Because if you didn't utilize those full 6 hours, that's a dent in they check, or whatever it is, paying their bills and their employees, that's a dent in their stuff. So no, you right. I'm gonna stand outside. I'm gonna use every bit of that minute, every second. So I'm not mad at her. I'm more mad at him that he ain't got his priorities right. Hold on.
I am terrified of picking the wrong baby daddy.
Oh, okay. So the guy asked her.
I'm terrified of picking the wrong baby mama. We in the same boat, champ.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not the baby I'm worried about.
So the guy asked her, which one you think is worse, being picking the wrong baby daddy or picking the wrong baby daddy or picking the wrong baby mama. And she said picking the wrong baby mama. And I'm like, how, girl? When they the ones that's taking care of the babies. It ain't making no sense. So I'm gonna try to see.
I want the baby.
It's the co-parent.
I'm scared of the father.
If she gonna say it right. I don't know copyright, but I think she says something. It just didn't make sense to me. It really didn't. Cause I'm like, why would it be the baby daddy? I mean, why would it be the baby mama? Because I think she said because she got control over the baby. I'm not sure. I don't want to put words in her mouth. And I feel like I've
But
that's why you my nigga.
But this is why the mom handles a large part of the baby's life in the womb.
After the kid is born, which one is worse?
I think it's the same thing as the mom because the child automatically. I was raised by a single father, so there's things I don't.
Right. Okay. I remember what she said. She said because the child will automatically be reliant upon the mother. Will what's the word? I will automatically cling to the mother. And I'm just like, so what does that mean? How does that make the man's life more troublesome by the child clinging closer to the mother? It's because the fact that men are, and let me look it up. Men are, I want to say 10 times, but let me look it up. Based on statistics, are men or women the largest perpetrators it says based on okay, I'm glad I could do that. So based on statistics for violence crime, men are the largest perpetrators of nearly all types of violence. This includes most homicide, sexual violence, and intimate partners violence, with a few exceptions like certain types of fraud and family related offenses where the numbers are closer. While women can be victims and perpetrators, male perpetrators account for the vast majority of violent crimes and for a disproportionate number of victims. Sexual violence, nearly 99% of perpetrators of rape and sexual assault in the USA are males. And I'm pretty sure if it was around the world, it would still be. I don't know no bitches in Afghanistan, India, Asia, China, North Korea, South Korea, Guadalupe, whatever, is out here raping niggas. Excuse the word, raping men. Okay, I done got upset. Intimate partner violence, meaning domestic violence. More than 640 million women have experienced, and you guys can argue that it's because men do not report. Whose fault is that? Not mine. Don't care. And men are responsible for most of these violence. Arrest data. FBI arrest data from 2011 shows male accounted for a higher. Now, look, it's been about over 10 years now. Y'all gonna have to come up with some new statistics. Um, Hold on a second, because I think some bald headed little. He told me not right now. So when I say that I'm more worried about the baby daddy being a bigger problem than a baby mama, that's what I mean. I rather be on child support. I hope to Jesus. Like, I low-key thought, and I think my child's father was attempting to remove the child support against him and place me on it, right? I really hope so, because guess what? I will still get visitation and I wouldn't even have to pay as much as he was. I probably would pay like $100. And you know what I would have did? I would have paid $1,200 and never have to hear his mouth or see a judge. Do you guys know how to count? Do you guys not know how to count? I would have paid $1,200 and never have to see his face again. Only see my child and boop, be gone, bitch. Okay? But that's just my opinion. I even think it. I said men are the highest perpetrators and attackers. The wrong baby daddy will always be the answer. Always be. Because what she really can do is, well, she gave my child away. No, she doesn't. She gives me a hard time every time I come around. And so what? Get assistance from an officer. Say, look, can you meet me over here? It's so many problem solving solutions here that you guys just, I don't fuck with the police. Well, the police don't really fuck with you like that, but they have a job and duty. It's always like a mutual third party is all, not your mama, not your sister, where a fight will break out, like a real solution problem maker. Like, what y'all be on is on some bull. But girl, I guess, because the mom is the more nurturing party and she carried the baby for not, I was gonna say 12 months, for 9 months. Of course, that baby is gonna cling to her first. That's the first thing that he touches when he come into this world is the mommy. And if the daddy is not present, who again's fault is that? Moving on.
My boss breathing down my neck because the planes ain't fixed. The pilot broke it. It's my job to.
I'm gonna be honest with you, twin. I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up and keep fixing those planes. I don't give a.
I agree with this man. I was low-key dying. And this is what made me say this is a happy Friday when I saw this video and I said I need to go ahead and create a video.
What the pilot does to the plane, as long as he don't crash.
That's all we need to know. Okay? That's all I don't care about you being angry. I don't care if he once again hit the ignition when he wasn't supposed to, making the clutch go out of place.
I don't care if my flight is 7 hours long and he chop it down to 2, as long as we don't crash.
I don't care if he wanted to do a reverse spin, donut, cartwheel, as long as he don't crash.
I don't care if we in the air and midway the pilot decides, fuck it, I'm gonna do a loop-de-loop with the plane, as long as we don't crash.
I agree. Now, what made me take this video and want to do a video is because I've only been on a plane one time that I can remember. I've probably been on a plane one other time, but the time that I remember, it had to be a couple of years ago. It was 2022, so a few years ago. And it was for the 4th of July. My first time on a plane. And I think that the airport notifies the pilots, whoever plane you're on that this is your first time flying, right? They have some type of notice that this is your first, I believe, right? Even coming back, right? So when I went to Vegas, okay? I decided to go to Vegas for the 4th of July. My family invited me 2 days before or whatever. And I had the funds, but didn't really have the funds to get my own room and rent a car like I really wanted to, right? And so I was like going on a budget, and I will never do that again. But my cousin had me sleeping on a futon, bruh. I was like, I'm not never doing this again. Every time I think about it, I would have never did that. But trust and believe when it come back around. Um Let me think. So when I get there, everything cool. You know, it really only took a few minutes to get there, 30 minutes, but the whole process was I got there like at 8. My plane was like at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, the whole boarding and everything, I got there. And then I think a day or two later, I come back. And when I get on the plane, everything is cool, right? Like, I think once we hit the border of Vegas and California, the plane jolts like this. Like, it do something funny. It do something funny. And everybody go, woo! This is my first time on the plane. I said, not today, Jesus. Not today. Right? I was going through some things and I was like, I got to get back home to my baby. Right? But all I know is when we finally landed, I was trying to actually get some sleep. I was, you know, mellowed out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get some sleep. After that, I was wide awake, alert, right? And so when we landed, they wouldn't let us exit the plane immediately. It took us about 15, probably 30 minutes to get off the plane. And maybe I'm exaggerating, but that's what it felt like. It took a minute. But I do remember one thing. I was by the window because I wanted to, you know, sightsee and everything. I do remember a man who looks like the pilot because he had the hat on, and you know, I think it was drizzling or something, but he had on like a raincoat or something. He definitely didn't have on the highlighter outfits with the stick and everything to direct the planes. No, it wasn't him. It was the pilot, and I must say that. He go to the wing and look up. Look up at the thing. I said, I know mother sucking well. So when I saw this video and the man said the pilots just keep on mess, I could agree because I don't know who did it. I'm not in the cockpit, right? But I said, I know you didn't let your co-pilot drive for a second and almost crashed us, right? And so I'm nervous to get on the plane again. I'm for real. The only time I'm getting on a plane is wherever I'm destined to be, right? I'm not getting back on. So I'm hoping to go back to the motherland and be happy there. Cause I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be nowhere in this country. I'm gonna be real with you. But wherever I land, I'm willing to get on the plane to get there, and hopefully it don't crash because the engineers and mechanics did their job. I definitely agree with that. I agree with that statement. Just as long as the plane don't crash. Ain't that something? I think they probably would do some stuff like that. Like, yeah, you know what? We get y'all reparations. We get y'all, as long as y'all get on this plane, you know, get on this plane back to y'all country and then and crash it. Crash and burn it? No, we good. I had to get my own pilot, child. Like, nah, give me my money, let it cash. All right, I'm gonna get my own plane. I'm gonna get a jet. You know, I'm just so much ahead of time that I'm not playing with the government. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring out this happy Friday and go through the save videos I had. Next time I think I'm gonna go through my comments because they be talking hella okay. They be talking majorly shit. Okay. And I'm like, you got it, boo. You got it. All right. So why don't you guys give me your happy Friday? Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Make sure you stay in the gym, okay? Unlike me.